know Facebook says the rules are no more than 3 minutes, but I'm so sorry, that's impossible for me. And I would love to tell you about the boards. Friday the 11th, I put a post up because I had an idea that we could make some breadboards, and that would help me feel a little bit less helpless. And it was as if the thing hadn't even hit the ether, and I got a phone call, and it's my big pal, my funny big pal Justin, and he's like, Hodgie, brilliant idea, saw your post, fantastic, right, I'm going to jar up 150 of our marmalades and chutneys, the wild fig marmalade, it's coming to you, and you're going to give it to everybody that donates. You'll take a jar of our marmalade and chutney. Brilliant, thank. And I was like, oh, that's great, you know, I'm feeling good for that. So Saturday morning, I'm in working away, and then first of all, a cabinet maker, Fraser Dodds, comes by and he says, right, there's 100 quid I want to donate, I'll take a board whenever it's ready. And then a family friend, Marco, came in, and he said, it's a great idea, I want to help. He said, I'm opening a new restaurant. He said, I'll tell you what, I'll take 15 and I'll work it out, I'm going to use them in the restaurant. And off he went, I'm feeling great. And then, so I'm working away, and then my sister Jane and her husband Rich, they turn up with cakes. And they're going, right, what are we doing? Roll up a sleeve, gives a job to do. So they're debarking and they're sanding and working away. And then lovely neighbour Sue came in with a huge pot of lentil soup. So we're all like, well, energised up and working away. And then my mum and our partner Bob, they say, right, what are we doing? So they're like, well, we can do some oiling. So they're working away into Sunday morning, and ex-apprentice Dave turns up with his pal Matthew. Boy, how can we help? He's working away. And then my pal Mark, the surgeon, rocks up. How can I help? I said, well, wear a pair of gloves or something. He says, no, come on, just tell me what to do. Let's get going. They're working away, and then my big pal Graham Ray, the joiner, he comes in with his daughter Rebecca, so they're doing a big huge shift, and Graham worked really hard with me that afternoon. I have to say, he put in a really good shift, and we were working away and we were getting through everything, and Mum and Bob and Jane and Rich, they turned back up because they're wanting more shifts, they want to help more and more and more, they're really excited. And then I get a call from my wee wife Elvira, God bless her. She phoned, she says, Paul, just Facebook's gone crazy. She said there's messages coming in, but they're coming in from here, there, up there, back to front, inside out. Like, you don't know where they're going and where they come from. She says, and there's also, she said, there's about 280 requests for boards so far. We were like, right, okay, no problem. Let's do it. Let's do this. And she's made this system to try and capture everybody, because there's people like, I'm in France, can you post out to there? Well, maybe I'm in Spain, I'll take a few out here. I'm down south and I'm round the corner, I'm just a neighbour, and then I can't come in because I've got COVID, and could I have one for my sister, please? And everything. And she's like, she's keeping a track of all of this on this spreadsheet, and she's making sure she captures everybody. And so we, of course, it comes by Monday, and we've run out of wood. So I phoned Jim Burley at Scottish Woods, and I said to him, Jim, and he goes, oh, no problem, fantastic idea, come on over, £1,500 donation of wood, there's Elmash, Sycamore and Beech. So I'll go back to the workshop, and the guys have put their own time in, and our Tony's in at stupid o'clock in the morning, he's working away, and we're pushing the stuff through. And I thought, I need to put an emblem on, and I'd been looking at photographs of sunflowers, and I saw one, it was just a wee bit sad, one of its petals was just curled over a wee bit, it just looked hurt. And so I drew it, and I gave it to John, and he started laser etching it, and John at Art of Engraving, wee shop, huge heart. He said to me, yep, no problem, I'll laser them all. He said, give me 200, 300, I don't care. I said, John, that's a bit much. I said, so I called the big handsome chap Alan at Podbox, and he said, aye, no problem, so I'll take them 120. So then I phoned Alice at Flux, who'd never met before. She took one look at it, she says, send them over, I'm going to do that. So they're all lasering away, and I thought we need to do some kind of booklet or poster and all that. So I phoned my pal Brian at the print box, and he said to me, yeah, no problem, just send it all over. So I coloured in the sunflower, and I sent it over, and we wrote a wee thing about all the different woods, and they made these lovely little booklets and poster and QR code. And then Elvira had to learn how to set up a Just Giving page, so she did all that. And then that we planned to get it all into the shop for the Thursday, so we're going to use Elvira's shop, Bumblebee. So they cleared the space, and then she got her pals in, and she got customers in, and they were all helping, and we opened up, and then all these people came in, and the emotion was so real and so strong, and you know, people were going away with their boards, and truly grateful that they'd had this opportunity to do a little thing themselves, because they're also just feeling so helpless. And this one lady came back, and she just didn't know really what to do, but she just came back with a wee bunch of daffodils, and it said everything. Went round to the workshop, and there was tablet and cakes arriving at the workshop. It was just, the emotion was so strong. Anyway, so we're bashing away, we're working on and everything, and then of course we're running out of wood again. So I phone up Big Carol, huge bear of a man with a bigger heart, and I said to Carl, I said, we're kind of running out of wood. He said, yeah, no problem. He says, come on down, I'll get you. I said, Carl, you've got some, he's got some really, really beautiful pieces down there. I said, oh Carl, could you give us some of those really, really special pieces? Because I've got an idea, we could finish this with like an auction, an online auction. He said, oh yeah, no problem. I said, how am I going to get them up? So I phoned my pal Craig at Gordon Leslie Transport. I said, Craig, he said, no problem, we'll do it, that'll be our donation. And by the way, I'll take a board and donate for a board and everything. It's all great. So they're all up, and so we've got a batch now in from Carol, and we're working on that. It's actually going into the shop today. And then the auction pieces will be ready next week. And Elvira last week, she was saying to me, she was, oh Paul, you know, we're at 360 now. And I was like, but I think actually now, I don't know, Elvira's going to tell me the true number, but I think it's maybe 560 boards or something. And Fraser Dodds at the Baldy Carpenter, he's helped and done a batch and thrown them into the pile as well. And at the moment we're sitting at about 30,000 raised. But the sunflower's living on. There's a couple of companies have taken the sunflower file and they're using it to brand some products that they're doing, and all the money's going to go into the Just Giving page. And the flower is there. I've got that on a file. If anybody wants to, you could do a run of Empire biscuits. Well, Mr. Tunnocks, do a run of biscuits and put the sunflower on your wrapper. If you embroider aprons and you want to do some bacon aprons or some, I don't know, anything's available for anything. I would love for that wee flower to carry on and continue to be a catalyst of fundraising activities, and live on and help. And why are we all so, why is this affecting us all so much? We know we're culturally and geographically very, very close. There's atrocities going on all over the world, and we should be more mindful for all of that. But in this instance, the day that I did my on the 5th, the 11th, when I did my post, I was standing there and I was looking at my workshop, and I thought, I could be a Ukrainian cabinet maker, and I've built this workshop and this business up over 30 years. And the guys that's with us, they've been with us 20 odd years, and so they're handed guns, I'm handed a gun, I'm sent away. Would we ever come back? If I did, what would I come back to? A pile of rubble? It's so real. We're going to work one day and then the next day, this is just crazy, and that's why we've all related to it. And so, I'm glad that we've been able to do something that's been allowed me to feel less helpless and allow others to do and participate. All that business resource and energy, blood, sweat and tears that's gone into this thing, it's helped everybody here, I feel. I just pray to God that it finishes, and I just also want to thank everybody so much for all the amazing efforts. It's just been, what a journey.